Let's fill out the Connecticut Eviction Notice together, the written notice a landlord serves before an eviction case can begin, and check what the state asks of it as we go. Start at the top with the date of this notice. Then the landlord's name, in our example Anna Baker, and the tenant's, here Ben Carter. The form asks for every tenant and every adult residing at the premises, so list each one on its own line. If the lease has a guarantor, name them too, and if a line does not apply, write NA rather than leaving it blank. Next, the leased premises. Type the full street address, including the unit number, exactly as the lease describes it, then the city, state, and zip code on the next line. The notice and the lease should describe the same premises, so copy it word for word rather than from memory. Now the terms. Name the lease document you are enforcing and its date. Here a residential lease agreement dated June 1, 2023. The next blank, the number of days the tenant gets, is set by your state's law. We cover it in the requirements in a moment, so fill it in after checking that. In our example, the problem is unpaid rent, so we tick past due rent, enter $1,200, and describe the period, February rent, due on the 1st. We tick late fees, $50, then the total amount due, $1,250. Tick only the boxes that actually apply and be specific. A vague notice is easier to challenge. In this state, an eviction notice for non-payment of rent or a lease violation must give the tenant at least 3 days. Before the date they are required to leave or before the rental agreement ends, whichever applies. The notice must be in writing, and it needs to follow the form required by state law. When it comes to delivering the notice, you can serve it on any day of the week. There is no restriction there. A copy must be delivered to each lessee or occupant personally or left at their place of residence. For commercial property, it can be left at the place of the commercial establishment. Delivery must be made by a proper officer or an indifferent person. If the tenant does not live in the state, the notice period is longer. Then the signature block. Print the landlord's name, sign on the by line, and add your title on the its line, here owner. The certificate of service records when the notice was delivered, how and to whom, complete it when you actually serve the notice, and use the notary block if your state or your attorney asks for sworn service. Keep a signed copy of everything for your records. Remember, this is general information, not legal or tax advice.